Hello, folks. How are you all doing? So, let's talk about being in the moment, right? Why you should be in the present moment. That's a slogan that's thrown around a lot, but what does it mean? Well, it means living in the moment, which means not thinking about the past and not thinking about the future. And when you approach your days each day, I always think that it's always better to approach each day with a bit of intent. Right, if you write down in the moment, in the morning, 3 things that you're going to work on today, which is what I always do. You set an intention for the day, and then all you have to do is go and be in the moment and do one thing at a time each day, one thing at a time, the things that you've written down. Ideally, the things that you write down in your diary or your journal each day, and you just focus on one thing at once, and you do that and only that until it's finished. And obviously, there's an art to how long these tasks need to take. And this is why I always use the approach to do 3 small things a day. When I say small things a day, some tasks are absolutely monumentous, got big goals. They take longer than one small thing or 3 small things a day. But what we're going to do is we're going to chunk them down. We're going to create a plan. We've got a goal. And then each day we're going to work 3 things, small things towards those goals each day. And you've got to break it down into small chunks because we only have a limited attention span. I always think you're better working in small focus blocks of time of about 20 minutes to an hour each. I know that a lot of people think you can do 90 minutes. I think focus blocks of time of 90 minutes are okay if 30 minutes of it is the preparation for the 1 hour focus block of time. But I find, me personally, anecdotally, trying to get your head down and focus for longer than an hour is just, it's beyond the human attention span. Most of the time, you're only working for 20 minutes at a time. That, as you might know, is what's called the Pomodoro method. Have you ever seen these? The Pomodoro method, that you've got this tomato thing and you can buy a Pomodoro clock, which looks like a tomato, and you smack it on top and it's got like a winder. It goes for 20 minutes and it makes an alarm. And the idea is you stop for 5 minutes, have a little bit of a break. You've had that 20-minute deep work, get your head down. Then you have a 5-minute break, maybe walk around your work and then go back to it, hit the button again. It goes back for 20 minutes. That is the Pomodoro method. And it's based on the limited human attention span, which we have. Now, I find that sometimes if I'm doing something, I can go up to an hour. And all I generally do, if I look at my goals each day, I'll look at 3 things that I need to do this day, and I'll work up to an hour each on each one of them. And that's what I do, and that's how you get anywhere. So being in the moment, right, being in the present moment and focusing on what you need to do today, which ideally you've got some intent about this, you've wrote it down in the morning, these are the 3 things I'm going to work on, is how you get anything done. And also living in the moment, living with intent, focusing on what you need to do, like that, is the best way to avoid procrastination. Because usually, if you're not living in the moment, there's always situation, think life will be constantly trying to distract you with all sorts. So if you don't have any intent, that's what will happen. You'll end up procrastinating, and life will distract you from being in the moment, right? Whether it's thinking about tomorrow, the weekend, what happened last week, or wishing not had that argument, whatever, right? Yes, you can do that, but here's the trick. Every day, wake up, write 3 things that you're going to work on today towards your goals. 3 small things, each one 20 minutes to an hour each. Get them done in the morning. Have little breaks in between. You can have that 20-minute break in between, like the Pomodoro method, where you have a little break away, back to deep work, do 3 small things a day consistently with intent, and then just tick them off. So I do this in my journal every day. I write down 3 things that I'm doing, and then the more satisfying thing at the end of the day when I tick it off, tick, done, tick, done. And since I've been using my new journal, I do that every single day now, and the progress is insane. And they're only small bits. Like I said, living in the moment like that, focusing on what you do with intent, 3 small things a day, and focusing on one thing at a time is definitely the way to go. And then what happens is that is where all progress and happiness exist. As Rob Moore said, if you read Rob Moore's book, he said living in the moment is where all progress and happiness exists. And I think that is very, very, very true. Chicken liver. Thank you for the kind compliments. Right, you're living in the moment, I can tell. I like those. Anyway, yeah, that's all you need to do. Focus on being in the moment. What are the 3 things that you're going to work on today? And do one thing at a time, short focus blocks of time, 20 minutes to an hour each, consistently. Ideally, you do that in the morning as well. One thing that I always do, when I choose my 3 things a day, I always try and get them done as early as possible, because the earlier you can tick those off, the rest of the day is yours. And this is how you can have this fantastic life. You can work 3 hours a day, right? And you'll be more productive than anyone else you know if you do this, because all them things are working towards your goals. They're all like needle movers. They're impactful. They're not, because we've all got other things that we have to do, whether that's admin, emails to answer, people to speak to, cups of tea to make, meetings to have. None of them things are moving you forward. So what I always try and do, make sure you do the 3 things that you've set with intent, 3 small things a day. Do them first. Let's say you finish them by lunchtime, or 11 o'clock in the morning if you can, or lunchtime. The rest of the day is yours. You can then waste it knowing that you've done the 3. What are the top 3 things that I need to do today? The earlier you get them out of the way, the happier you will be, and the closer you will be getting towards your goals. That's how all progress is made consistently. That is a nice compliment, and I'd love to waste my dad with you. What does that mean? Day with you, not... Well, thank you very much for the nice compliments. And if you've already done your 3 things a day, maybe you can waste the day. Well, it's not wasting the day. It won't be with me, would it? There you go. Right. Anyway, go and enjoy your day. Do the 3 things that you need to do. And see you all next time.